Yeah, or has everything been pretty smooth? I mean, everybody understands that, you know,
well, at
what
the
their
beginning,
position is.
at the beginning, because of the way this music industry is set up, it's like, I'm sure people don't, you know, like rock fans don't realize this, but who's ever single gets released, gets money, and who's don't doesn't get anything. That's fair, isn't it? You know, you know, and all that. What we did with our second record, we said everybody is equal.
Yeah.
You know, and that way you focus more on the record as a whole in the band than you know, your own personal interests. So that took care of a lot of stuff, and the attention that I had got as a frontman, you know, at the beginning was kind of strange. But
in what way?
Well, just because, you know, they want to be in the front, you know, obviously, you know. But, you know, I think every band goes through that.
Yeah. Had you ever met a guy named Rachel before?
Not a guy. No, I hadn't.
What sort of name is that?
A girl's name.
Well,
I call him Sophia Loren sometimes. But
why is he named Rachel? I've never been
I don't know, but it was
out.
really cool because when I heard their tape and they sent it to me, you know, they put a phone number in there and I called him up and I said, "What's your name?" He goes, "Rachel Bolin." I go, "Wow, heavy name." You know, Sebastian Bach, Rachel Bolin. Baching and bowling, rocking and rolling. I can see it now, you know.
Just another name. Huh?
But no, he's very into punk and Mark Bolan. People say, "What do you guys do backstage with Guns N' Roses?" I say, "Knit macrame. Yeah, play chess. Have a couple mean checkers game, man. Woo! Get pretty out there, crazy. Ah!" See, people don't know how to treat personalities that sell a lot of records, but then remain true to what they were before. You know, they expect them to be big, but you know, they expect, "Get out of my way, put out the red carpet." But if you like show up in a Volkswagen to the club and you're like, they go, "Oh, well, how does he sell those records?" You know. But that's what I love about this tour, because it's like the 70s. You know, for the first 3 weeks we didn't have a record out. They didn't have a record out for the whole thing, and it was selling out all over the place. You know.
Yeah.
It was like the spirit of rock and roll, because the spirit. I'm sure you remember going to concerts. You know, in the 70s, and when I was growing up, I used to go to concerts. I used to get the ticket, and I used to go through the thing, and I was like being baptized. You know, it's like, oh my God, I'd be shaking the whole time, and there was this insane feeling every time you went to a rock show that I haven't experienced in a long time. That we kind of brought back a little for this tour.
What was the trial in Worcester like for you? I mean, was that just the world's biggest hassle? First, you have to wear a suit.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, you know, when you go to jail, you know, it makes you think.
Yeah.
And I said, you know, all this, like, that was just an emotional reaction at the time, you know, because at the time I didn't have any distinction between playing an arena and playing CBGBs.
Yeah.
And if I was playing CBGBs and I did that, Kurt Loder wouldn't have been talking about it on MTV, you know, because it didn't matter. But if you know, you can't do that. You can't jump in there and kick somebody's ass, you know. I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
If it happens again, I'll just, like, you know, walk off the stage. I mean, I'm on probation right now for physical assault, and if I punch, you know, one more person, that's it. No more Skid Row, you know. So somehow I really don't think that's worth it, you know.
So you're reining yourself in.
Control your demons tour. That's what I call this. Control your demons. They come out, you know, get down, boy, you know.
Let's talk about this AIDS shirt, because I think that's pissed a lot of people off, or angered a lot of AIDS activists. What was going on there? You show up in a photo wearing a shirt that says "AIDS kills fags dead."
Right, right. Well,
surely there's a story there.
I mean, this is, you know, it won't seem, you won't believe this probably, but at the time, I swear, I did not know that anybody gave a flying whatever what it said on my chest. You know what I mean? That was like the introduction into responsibility for me.
Yeah.
And you know, actually, it really hit home because one of my friends is a homosexual in New York, and a really, really good friend.
Yeah.
And he just let me know exactly what it meant to him, that shirt, and I felt like, you know, Fred Flintstone in Mr. Slade's office. Whoop! I shaking down in the chair.
What, did he call you up and explain that? Like,
no, he
really
got
bad?
me backstage, and he was mad, you know, and he had every right to be, because a lot of his friends died, and that's not cool making fun of that.
Yeah.
You know.
Where did the shirt come from?
So, it was thrown to me on stage. I didn't even know what it said. I put it on. And I said, it said, you know.
So it doesn't represent your sympathies and all
No,
that.
I mean that's, you know, there's nothing funny about death. I already said that.
Do you think things have maybe gone too far and
No,
everyone's
you know what?
losing
You
their
know what
sense of
also
humor?
nailed it home was walking down the street and having a 12-year-old guy in a Skid Row shirt come up to me and goes, "Hey, I hate faggots too." Oh. And I went, wrong. You know, that's a very wrong vibe to put out to people.
Yeah. So you think more about these things.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine.
Unfortunately, yes, I do.
Jesus. You had a son recently. Let's talk about him because he's really cute. I thought. But you decided not to. You were told, I guess, not to tell people you had a kid. But now you've come out and said you had.
You know, there's something really, really strange when you respected, like, the people like Skid Row respect us for being, like, honest about everything, you know, and playing music that is honest and, you know, not a big scam or a big front or anything. Right. So I found it very hypocritical when I would have my son out to see a show that I would have to go in a different door in a hotel than him. And I said, this is over, man. I don't care. You know, they said, oh, but all these chicks, you know, they really dig you. And I go, they're not stupid. You know, they don't want to be, like, treated like a bunch of idiots. Yeah. You know, I think that people underestimate the intelligence of rock fans. They figure, like the people at record companies figure that they want to hear the same song written by the same guy with the same lead solo, with the same chorus, with the same lyrics. You know, and every front man is a rock hunk, and you know, he's in Doom Metal Stud Monthly, you know, and you can't have kids, can't be a human, you know, all this stuff. People are people, man, you know.
So are you plagued by fans here at all? I mean, this is pretty remote where we are.
Sometimes, yeah.
How do they find you?
I don't know, man. I get calls from like Alabama and Texas and Japan.
How do they find your number?
I don't know. All you hear is this. Sebastian there? Who's this? Click. I'm like,
So you change your phone number a lot.
Yeah, once a week. Well, I have a goofy line upstairs and a good line down here.
What's the goofy line?
You give it to the goofy people.
Sebastian Bach, this month's Rolling Stone cover boy, will be leading